Okay, we're looking at worksheet 1 here. Now it can look a little bit daunting what we got there. It's a reference chart for welding. Okay, now one thing that many apprentices have to get their heads around is the fact that a lot of industries still use physical reference charts. Okay, and yeah, it's something that can be a little daunting and you need to get your head around. So that's partly what we're doing here, but let me just walk you through this table before you get into the activities. Okay, so this is welding guidelines for carbon and low alloy steel. So across the top here, you've got the plate thickness. Now there's two numbers here. It says, for instance here, it says 24 GA. That means 24 gauge. But in brackets, see over here it says plate thickness, in brackets millimeters. So what you got in brackets here, that's the millimeters. So 24 gauge is 0.6 of a millimeter. Go up here, 14 gauge is 2 millimeters, 12 gauge, 3 millimeters, etc. Okay, so these headings here tell you what's going on in terms of the thickness of the steel. Okay, then this here, electrode diameter. Now it gives you in both inches and millimeters. Millimeters is in brackets. So if you've got 0.03 of an inch electrode, which is 0.8, then you're using that column there for 20 gauge or 0.9 mil steel. If you've got 2 mil steel, which is 14 gauge, and you've got a 0.9 millimeter, see that one there, 0.9 millimeter electrode, then you're using that column. Okay, down here they've got the travel speed. Okay, so this is what we're looking at here, the travel speed in inches per minute. Now, they've made a bit of a boo here. That should be lowercase m for meters, but it's meters per minute. So in bracket, that's meters per minute. So, for example, if I go across here, 5 gauge, which is pretty hefty stuff, okay, down here, you should be going at 0.38 meters per minute. Okay, that's how you read this. So what does that mean for, say, question 1? So question 1 says, for 1.5 millimeter thick steel, what is the travel speed for making the weld? Assume 0.8 millimeter thickness. Okay, so what was it? 1.5 mil. There is, right there, 1.5 mil. And it says to assume 0.8 millimeter electrode. So that's the 0.8 millimeter electrode. So we're looking at this column here. Bang, right there, that is the travel speed, 0.33 meters per minute. Okay, so you would go 0.33 meters per minute, and then you can use that in that question. Okay, that's how you read that. It's not immediately obvious, but in many industries you need to get used to that sort of thing, and you need to be comfortable with trying to decipher those things. Off you go.